Today, I would like to share you my experiences traveling more than 30 countries. So I hope you interested in traveling abroad during your vacation. So when you travel, you can experience a lot of new things. For example, my first hitchhike experience was in Cambodia. My first experience is smoking weed is in Netherlands. My first experience is sleeping on the street and park is in France. More detail, my first experience had a lot of travel in the airline was last year when I went to Argentina. First, I arrived from Tokyo to LA, but because of the machine travel, I had to stay there 5 hours. Then we went to San Francisco where my girlfriend lived, and we met and departed to the Washington. And another machine travel took place. We had there for 24 hours. So then we took the airplane to Buenos Aires. I enjoyed Buenos Aires life for 1 week, but at the end of the travel, the last trip, the trip from Buenos Aires to Dallas was also canceled because of the eruption of the Chile volcano. Okay, we had to find the substitute or alternate flight by ourselves. We bought a very expensive one-way ticket from Buenos Aires to New Mexico and then San Francisco. Okay, we had a lot of the troubles in doing that travel, but there's a lot of good things at the same time. For example, I had a dinner with my friend in LA while I'm waiting. I had met my friend living in Washington and visited a lot of places in Washington, White House, watching the statue of the Washington. We went to, while I was stuck in Buenos Aires, I went to Uruguay, also went to the restaurant to see tango, and also went to the Mexico City. So I enjoy these things even I'm in the travel. So you can learn a lot of things you're in the travel. So I hope you learn a lot from this experience and ignite your interest in traveling abroad. Thank you very much.
Okay, feedback.
I think the opening was good, but kind of lost him sometime because I think he was struggling with some of the descriptions.
What are you saying that you lost? What did you lose?
Probably the eye contact that he was looking down.
Okay, very interesting. So the contact with you got less during the speech as you were going into the details of your stories. It's hard when you're visualizing something that happened in the past and you're seeing it to still engage with people. So that's something to practice. Great. What else?
I think his voice is very confident. Yeah, I like it.
Right. Your stance and your voice and your gestures are all very confident.
Mm-hmm.
That's very, very confident.
Good attention grabber at the beginning as well.
Great. The one thing that I would say is I felt that the storytelling was a little bit unclear because I felt as though part what you were saying was the great adventure of traveling, and partly what you were saying was how annoying traveling is. And I think the point that you were making was that some of the unexpected things that happen when you travel can be the most interesting. Is that what you were trying to communicate?
Even in some difficulties, you can enjoy.
Right. I felt that the difficulties seemed very difficult, and so I feel like you have to paint the possibilities clearer, because I think about being stuck in a city that you don't want to be in as being very, very annoying. I think as sleeping outside on the street in Paris as something I would never want to do, you know? So I couldn't, I feel like there's something really amazing that you're talking about, which is when you get out of the routine of a very planned life that we all like to live, in traveling, really wonderful things can happen. But I think you have to paint that story a little clearer. Okay? So that I know that the wonderful things are unexpected and wonderful.
Maybe even highlight the positives that came out of like the bad situation. Like, even though I slept on the street, I ended up, meeting somebody. We went and partied at a club all night or something.
I think it's the same thing, exactly the same thing happened.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go.
Some girl told me, oh, what are you doing? Let's go to drink.
Nice.
And we went there.
There we go.
Okay, great, thank you, Paris. Yeah.
I go.
Great, well, go ahead.